Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to the Dawn Wardens, episode 58. Moving right along as we left off with the Dawn Wardens being led by Nexasa after granting some sort of wish. Other favors being talked and traded and such so far. And Nexasa becoming more, let's just say, enthused and very focused on Xerxes, traveled to the Ebonclaw Conclave, where Lucien was waiting through the connections that Nexasa has, perhaps doing favors and favors owed. But Lucien there greeted our group as Xerxes is still searching to gain an audience with the queen. But with Xerxes' help, the group has now rid themselves of the cursed marks that Rarvis had set upon them months back. Almost about 10 or so months back now. But now, following Nexaxa, don't necessarily have to remain in the city now, depending. But along with the walk is Ziri as well, who is dressed in her elegant ball gown style club dressing of sorts. And Aaron has remained back at the Meridian since he was expecting to have a date with Maria and possibly also meeting somebody else. And with that, short intro to where we are. We are currently at the main tower of the Ebonclaw Conclave, speaking with Lucien. But for now, that's where we're going to start. And yes, Lucien has greeted everybody, told everybody that he has agreed to have this audience because of Nixasa. And after he greets everybody, he stands there looking at the group, waiting for somebody to speak. And we're going to open up the floor for everybody. Whoever wants to go. Oh, shit. That's funny. That's crazy.
It just plays how it plays.
That's nice.
I hope the good news keeps going.
That's nice. Well, maybe everybody else will get internet back. Who knows? And then even Dinah might wake up. All right. But the floor is you guys. Y'all standing in front of Lucien after he's just greeted everyone.
And who is this guy?
Lucien is one of the masters of the Ebonclaw Conclave.
Oh, okay.
Basically, the government seat of Hexa Landing.
Oh, okay.
But he's standing there quietly. And says,
"Okay." Thorin kind of looks to.
Ziri's actually gonna step back, and she seems to recognize a little bit of order in this particular case, and she actually steps back and she's like, looks at Xerxes and kind of smiles at Xerxes with her wrinkled eyes, like just kind of big smile, and wiggles her fingers like like she's giving you a signal that you're the one who's talking. He looks over at you. I'm actually the one who would make those arrangements. No. In order to gain audience with the Queen is very rare. It's usually matters of great importance. Why, sir, are you and your group wishing to gain audience with the Queen? He looks and says, I don't believe I have ever seen these people anywhere in Hexa Landing. And I don't believe I've ever seen you. From which kingdom do you hail, sir?
Are literally here.
Oh my god, we're creating canon in my world.
The Isles.
I've
Give me a
had a kingdom without.
Okay, so we're gonna have to come up with some good names here because this is gonna be canon. So
Oh, what a
I never. Okay. The name I just gave of the kingdom of the islands far off from where we currently are, because it took me a year and a half to get here. That's where he's from.
we are a kingdom.
I hate that. It feels so bad. I hate that. Anyway.
Rejected.
I'll come with a fucking name. Give me a minute.
No, it's too much fun to tease you about this.
Kingdom of far, far away. No relation to Shrek or DreamWorks.
How about elsewhere?
Where the heck is I know we had a land for
I feel like for screwing with Bethesda right now, being backed by Microsoft.
Let's see. I know I had something for Hermes. Where was Hermes from?
Yes, he's from some isles, but I didn't get a real name for that either. But that's kind of what I was using as like the name.
Oh, he's from the Ash Scale. Oh my god, it's the word I can't pronounce.
Archipelago.
Yeah, that's where
Yes,
he's
I read
from.
A lot of your guys' stuff. Don't think it's weird.
Yeah, that's where he's from. Because he's off the little islands there, but I don't think I put any major continent in there. That's what I needed to work on. I got everybody's like background except for the actual name of a location.
I never needed to do a name of the location. I've never gone this far in all my years.
Well, now it's gonna
here
be
we are.
canon. We are now creating. So
Damn it, Renva.
we need a good name.
Why is this my fault?
Technically, it's my fault, but I mean,
That's where Hermes is from, the little islands there.
Who said damn it, Renva? Like, I personally requested the name.
I believe it.
Uh-oh, I heard something. Shame. For shame. Well, here's what we're going to do. While Nobu comes up with a name, a very awesome name, we're going to pretend that you said that name.
I like this one. Storia Prime.
Sounds like our leader.
I was going to say, is this from like
No.
Warframe? Is that what's going on? Is this
No.
the new Prime coming out?
No. Never mind. I'm keeping it.
I'm changing it. Give me that. Keep going.
The great
Okay.
sword.
Yeah, okay, keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna say that you said the name. That's but
Do I said it out loud? I'm like, yeah.
so yeah, we'll just say that you said the name. Just say, I come from the land of blank or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, we're actually doing the insert name here joke? Okay.
For right now, we really are. Yes.
Yes. This is what is called collaborative story. Well, actually, story creation, actually. But anyway, so after you say the name, do you do anything else?
No, I gave him the information of why I'm here, why I need to speak to her, and where I'm from. That should be good enough. I have not raised my head because he's a government official here, and I don't know his standing compared to average citizens. So I'm going to treat him the same as I would treat any other royal or someone of his standing. I'm just going to wait to be spoken to.
I just want to make it clear I never bowed. Only and he's playing fucking Deadlock, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know if anybody else is bowing, but as far as Xerxes is like, yeah, when he notices you all this and stuff, he says, "I am not royalty. I am simply government. You do not need to kneel or bow to me, sir. Though I can't recollect ever hearing of your empire or where you're from. What are you specifically? And what is your title there to travel thus far?" Actually, because you just said the name, I don't know if you actually said from what continent. I don't know if you would have also said that.
I probably would. Yeah, I'd probably say the continent. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, he would then just say thus far. Royal.
Again, this information was not to be brought out to employees. I required this information to be shared with Her Majesty.
And Xerxes, I don't know if it's just me. Does everybody else ever hear him go into a robotic voice, or is it just me?
I have.
Okay. Okay. I don't know if
Switching mic.
Oh, okay. And as you're switching, he'll say, "Ah, royal. Now we are getting somewhere. That gives more credence to gain audience. And as for the rest of your group, you said they were victims of some sort of ill intent. May I ask what that ill intent was, and why particularly would they seek audience with the queen for this ill intent?"
I can only say.
You can give him a bonus.
Says, "I
Versus may have some ill intent towards your kingdom as well. That's my bonus.
He's gonna lift an eyebrow. ill intent toward Hexa Landing. Now that garners my attention. Who might this person be? It is through myself that you may be able to gain audience. But no queen sees any strangers from lands unknown. And those that are strangers to Hexa Landing, newly arrived, without gatekeepers such as myself. And I am the main gatekeeper here. You may not understand how Hexa Landing works, but there is only one other authority higher than myself here, and that would be the Queen. So, feel free to speak any secrets that you think that you might divulge to her, because it's only through me that you may garner that audience, if I see it fit and important enough. Yes, he'll gaze over at Illis at this time, because she spoke up. Ooh, okay.
River, say it.
You say it. Your word.
I can't fucking say it. I tried.
What the hell?
Megatherian.
What is it?
Megatherian.
Megatherian?
Yes.
So it'd be the continent of Megatheria.
Megatheria. All right, you're going to have to copy paste that so I can write it correctly.
Megatherian Empire.
All right.
Yes.
So we have the Megatherian Empire in the world of Solar. Credited to Naboo. Or whatever.
Or whatever.
Thanks. Bastards.
Can you send me a note of what you gave him?
Literally writing that out to you now.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just did.
And yeah, he's looking over at Illith while this happens as Xerxes just walking back. And you see Ziri kind of putting her hands behind her. She's kind of turning at her hips, almost like a little girl, kind of like twisting around. She looks very, very excited to try to speak, but she's holding herself in composure. And but yeah, Lucien just kind of stares at Illith and keeps staring.
Oh shit, why is he staring at Illith? Hold on.
A man by the name of Rarvis.
Ooh. Roll a insight check.
Insight? Is this to detect deception?
Who knows? Depends on your insight.
Well, I have advantage on deception checks, but I will go ahead and roll the insight, and then you can let me know if I need advantage. I got a 22.
22.
I wish to roll as well.
Uh,
I am too busy going like, why are we here?
Am I allowed to on the grounds that she mentioned the name of somebody I really wish to murder?
oh, sure. If you want to see, yes. If anybody's watching, anybody else who cares then watching, y'all can roll insight. But because you, Illith, had such a high insight, you would immediately notice he's like a statue. He has like a poker face. But as soon as you mention that name, it seems that there's a little microsecond of a flinch kind of a frown or maybe a little bit of anger that spreads through his face and says, "Ah, Rarvis. Yes, I know who Rarvis is. He was how do I say it? Insect under the boot of Hexa Landing. He should not be around the city anymore. We banished him many years back. He was actually discovered to be working with Raphael. The Raphael still works within the inner cults of the city, trying to, possibly, from what I hear in rumor, working with Sir Solda.
We have enough evidence to it would be conceivable to understand that he would have ill intent for the city, especially if he's been banished.
You see a little bit of a fang go out from the sides as he his lip twitches a little bit. And he'll wave his hands and you'll see actual chairs kind of appear. A chair for each person kind of in an arc around him. And then a chair will appear behind where he sits. Now, you have my full attention. Please, relax yourselves and have a seat. I should very much like to know the story of this and how you were introduced to Rarvis and what link he may have to Anam. That's not very much information that we receive of people knowing who Anam technically is. So that I am very curious as well. Please, you are now all closer to gaining an audience with the Queen, and possibly so, depending on all the information I am able to garner now from you all. And he sits down.
I will still love you after you shave. Damn.
What?
He has to shave for his annual fit test.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
You had
Oh.
such a good beard. Your husband had such a good beard.
Dinah
I
is
know.
here.
It'll grow back before our anniversary. I will be okay.
Damn, I just need to make it clear. I do need all that paperwork back and that ring.
You can make it clear to me, but you probably might want to make it clear to him too. Is that okay?
By the way, how big is the chair?
It's normal. It's normal sized.
I know we were just saying.
Ah, excellent.
Just, like,
Perfect.
Sit down on the chairs and be like, what are the names to give himself? He calls himself Rarvis.
Why Rarvis? I know why above table, every time I think of that name when I came up and saw it through the history of our world, I was like, man, what kind of name is that? Rarvis. But as everybody sits, I'll just put these guys around here too. So Nixessa will actually look over and says, well, I think I have garnered some favor from you, Lucien. A repayment, yes. It's like, yes, consider this the first part of the payment for what you have done for the kingdom. Thank you. And he lowers his head a little bit toward her. Should you need anything else, please do not hesitate to come to me. And then he'll grab, he'll put his hand out, and then she'll like also reach out, and he will kiss the hand and all the spidery fingers there, like. And then she looks over at Xyz and walks over before she's leaving. So yes, I shall find you later. I have so much things to get ready for you. And she kind of like, her fingers almost crawl to his face again, and then they kind of pull back. And then she looks over at Ziri. Oh, precious. And then she'll start walking away. And then she just steps out of the entirety of the chamber.
Thank God.
And Lucien just sits there for a little while. And before we tell the story of Lucien, we're going to jump actually to Mr. Aaron. Boom.
Hey, look, we're right here.
Oh, gosh. Everybody's here still. We're going to move everybody outside first. Bam. All right. And Aaron, you were, is that where you're sitting? Uh-oh.
Give him a second.
Did we lose Aaron?
Looks like we did.
No.
He just said he needs one moment.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He did?
Yes, he just wants
I'm
to
here.
chat in the
In the...
voice chat.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Well, he should have said it out louder.
Out louder.
Bastard.
Night.
I always forget about voice chat. I forget that there's a whole conversation going on without me knowing.
You can't see
Oh, yeah,
the.
Oh no, I never click on it. I am always in general. Yeah, I'm always in general.
To all of them, you'd have like 4 different chats open. It's understandable.
I literally do that when I DM. I clearly have got problems.
Oh my god. That's why I haven't paid attention to the actual stream chat. If we ever start getting people, I'm going to be like, no, somebody can handle that, please.
That's what mods are for. I ain't your job.
Yeah. But now see the entirety of the conversation coming up here. Actually, I'll be right back. Now, I got to do something really quick while we're waiting for Aaron. All right, I have returned.
Speaking of people leaving and coming back, I'm gonna go grab some water.
Hey, that's what I just did. I just grabbed water. All right. Do we have Aaron with us now? Excellent. 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 All right. And that's where you're sitting currently?
Yes.
Perfect. I like it. Nice and isolated. Alone. We need As you are sitting there on the crowd that was watching, and some of the crowd is still lingering about, this woman here starts walking over to you. It seems like you've seen her before in the Meridian, but never actually talked to her. She comes up to you and says, "Oh, hello there. You must be Aaron, correct?"
Yes, a pleasure to meet you, madam. I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage.
"Oh, I am Lady Cecily Ashgrove." And she kind of holds out her hand.
Take her hand and gently kiss the knuckles. A
And-
pleasure, Lady Ashgrove.
Vesper said that you might want to have conversation with me. I am somewhat linked with the harpies, and said that that might be rather important for you. Yes.
Yes. When I asked Miss Vesper to
Just, oh my. Well, gaining audience with the Queen is no small task. But since you have already resolved such matters, I would be interested, as most information usually is quite, how do I say, it's almost like a gold piece of sorts here in Hexa Landing. But you look familiar. Have I seen you before in here? Oh, I see. Well, I am so curious as to, perhaps you might tell me why you were seeking an audience with the Queen. Is that something that you might be able to divulge? You see, if you are familiar with the Harpies, we always like to gain whatever information we can. How do you say? It keeps the networking of the city going in certain places, and it's always nice to know what anybody might have as far as dirt and any of the higher ups. Oh,
that I no longer feel
oh, my, a curse. Well, that is indeed dreadful. Simply dreadful. I've heard of such things happening to people. Well, I am rather happy for you that you do not have this curse on you anymore. Who might have been placed this curse upon you? And she leans in very closely. Oh, Rarvis? You have dealings with that despicable man. How delicious. This is some very important information. How do you know Rarvis? That man is very, how you would say, despicable in certain terms, but diabolical maybe. I've never met, but heard so many diabolical things that that man has done. You simply must tell me. Oh, you rid the world of Ribis. That's excellent. I've heard he was somewhat of a thorn against, well, the Ebonclaw Conclave. Did not really like him. Especially Lucien. Don't mention that name around Lucien. Oh, of course, you have shared some information. And it sounds like rather important information for me. What favor would you ask? She says, oh, well, if there's one thing that the Harpies can do is figure out rumors and the spreading of them very quickly. After all, that is what we do. But we are in charge of who also garners any information and audience with the top tier people of the, well, let's just say, social society. Should you need any, let's say, audience with the Ebonclaw Conclave or the Queen herself. Remember, we, as the Harpies, are also the main gatekeepers of social networking. We can possibly help you with that. But yes, I will keep an ear out. This is very exciting news, though hopefully it's not that dreadful man has returned. And she'll smile and says, well, thank you, Heron. You are a wonderful conversationalist. And she will stand up. We shall be seeing each other again. I usually am here most nights. The Meridian is simply wonderful. Music is beautiful here. Very different, though, with the, new edition, I suppose. I don't believe I've ever heard such music. It seems that the other folks seem to love it. Nexus people, she smiles. A little too, how would I say, without, well, let's just say it, crude for my ears, if you ask me. I'm more of a traditionalist. Well, Vespa is not one to, I guess, keep to traditions. She's always been one to push the edges of the Harpies' views of social interactions, which is what also makes it exciting here in the Meridian. All right, Erin, ta-ta for now. When she will start walking away. And then as Vesper starts playing her music, and you see some of the nobles, and there's still quite a few that you couldn't, because you've been around, you are able to at least tell that there are mostly vampires starting to remain here, as most of the mortals are starting to leave. It's getting along around like 10:30 at night now. This is when it starts to shut down, and only the very few who know the actual runnings of the city are staying behind. Some of them are lingering over at the bar. Some of them are starting to pull out wine, but some of this wine is a little bit darker in red. It's a little bit more metallic smell to them. And as this is happening, the door opens, and it's just almost like if, aside from the music, everything goes silent. As you see a very, you've probably seen the face before, here and there, but very, very rare. You see this female walking in a very, let's just say, not conservative dress, barely even wearing anything. And the room goes extremely quiet as this person walks in. It's like silence just kind of roves away, rolling through the entirety. And you see this female walk in. And it seems like some people look over, then avert their eyes. And some people just can't help but keep looking. And to Erin, she is extremely beautiful female that walks in. It's some female that you've seen right now. You could have swore you would have at least remembered her. But her beauty is something that you would probably akin to maybe even god level, like maybe a goddess of such. And so as nobles look, certain vampires look, some of the older ones like Lady Ashgrove looks over, kind of like does a little frowny face, and then turns back to her conversation that she's currently having. Vesper doesn't even look. But she makes her way all the way to the center of the room, but it's very quiet. And depending on what Erin is doing, as she is walking by, because this is depends on what Erin actually does. It's actually important too. But what would Erin do as she walks in wearing what she's wearing? Because this seems very bold of her to wear such things.
I think first things first, I'd like to try and see if I actually do recognize her.
Roll me
more than just in passing.
Go ahead and roll me a let's go with history and remembrance. Good God.
24.
All right, you would have remembered, especially because of her beauty. Usually a little bit more conservative in dress, but she has been known to use her beauty in order to read rooms. This is Isolda. She is one of the masters also from the Ebonclaw Conclave. And she is considered one of the most powerful, at least in the inner circles of vampires, one of the most powerful vampires in the city. And there's quite a bit of rumor that you have heard with that role, that she is one of the ones that has been, in rumor, trying to gather a group to rise up against the queen. And it's all rumor, can't be proven, but she's still one of the main elders in the Ebonclaw Conclave. But she has been known to use her looks in order to read rooms and see what people do, because she uses basically her beauty as a weapon, is what you've heard. But yeah, that's pretty much a little bit larger, so you can get an idea of what she's wearing there. And she walks into the room. But what would Erin do as people are looking? As I said, everybody has different reactions. Mostly the mortals that probably don't know anything just kind of walk by, and they're just talking to each other, and they're like just stop, frozen, looking. Some kind of quickly point, but then we'll pretend they're talking to each other as she takes notice of them. But yeah, what would Aaron do? And would he be trying to do it as trying to remain unnoticed?
He wouldn't be. He's not. He wouldn't be actively trying to like hide. Just trying to make himself seem unremarkable so that no one really pays attention to him.
Okay. Just so I kind of know what's going on, I'm just going to go ahead and have you roll kind of like either a sleight of hand or stealth. It's just for me to, because of her particular thing that she does when reading rooms.
Stealth being rolled. 17.
Okay. So she just keeps to herself, and you see her walk all the way up to the bar, where she slithers into one of the stools and just sits down. And you see some of the nobles kind of turn away. They're not really trying to talk to her, but she does seem to be talking to Charles, and they seem to be conversing. And you see Miria walk over to you, and she looks and says, she keeps staring. She kind of looks over at the lady, and she seems a little bit out of sorts. And she like comes over and sits next to you, and she says, Aaron, I'm done. Are you ready? As she keeps looking over at her. She quickly wraps a hand around your arms and is like almost signaling like as if she wants to get out of here pretty quickly. She keeps kind of looking over her shoulder now. She does not know how to hide, but she is making more of a scene than anything else from what you notice.
I will stand, and I'm going to assume that she's making herself limp enough to go with actions while she's hanging on to me.
Oh, yeah. And you can roll an insight if you want to read into her more, if you wish.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Do that while walking towards the door. 13 on the insight.
You gain enough insight that it's not because of any kind of curiosity. It seems like she's actually stiff, and you can feel her heartbeat just thrumming through her veins right now. And it seems to be more of cautious and fear than anything else. She follows you out the door, or as you're leading her out the door. And then, yeah, she kind of holds on tightly to you as this happens, and she looks over. Do you know who that was? That was the one that I told you about. the one that looked at me like some sort of piece of meat. Like she wanted to devour me.
Yes, I am ambitious. I am aware of who she is.
That's the one that I've been having to deliver things to. Is very frightful. I have to go to her manor.
I will.
And she, as you are pretty much just reassuring her, she starts to calm down a little bit more. And she starts walking down. It's now nighttime, so you got the night crowd out. You smell the aromas of wonderfully. Oh my goodness, that little truck is loud. But you smell the aroma of restaurants and the different mixtures of savory foods that have been cooked and served. And down the streets, you can see as the ones in the patios, people sitting at these restaurants are being served food that the smells really strong when the wind picks up a little bit. And can't remember. Yeah, Aaron would get hungry, but but yeah, he piques the appetite that she like eventually calms and smells the food and says, looks over at you and says, were you ready for and she like dinner? Late dinner? She sort of smiles. She like kind of like almost gasps, the pearl quay, that's expensive, Aaron.
But it is all something that you deserve.
And she'll kind of lingers closer, grabs you tightly, and it's like nods. And she says, okay, I've never eaten there before. I hear it's very good.
I certainly hope so. Otherwise, I would feel a fool for bringing you there.
And she'll follow you down the street as the crowd is moving along, having conversations, a medley of different voices and conversations happening. And go ahead and roll me a perception.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Aside from her looking back and keeps looking at the meridian a little bit, but she seems to be more calm. It looks like she's just reassuring herself. As you pass the street, you happen to, at the corner of your eye, right here, you notice that there is a figure looking at you, kind of leaning casually against the wall, the corner of it. And you realize who this figure is. He lifts a hand and kind of wriggles his palm at you, and his fingers like waving, rolling his fingers at you casually. You realize that this is Rarvis. And then he's just there, and then he throws a wink at you. And then he walks behind this alleyway right there at the corner. Depending on what Aaron does after that. All right, excellent. We're going to say you make it to the restaurant. We're going to put you in here in order to keep my computer from freezing. 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back.
The next attack roll against it before the end of your next turn has advantage.
All right.
It is too distracted to properly defend itself.
Now we're gonna jump back to the rest of the group. Sorry, was paying office rent. All right. Bam. All right, there we go. Okay, so last we left off here, he had asked all these questions about Rarvis and such, and how the dealings with him. And he's just sitting at the chair and looking at the group, seeing who's going to speak up first. Kind of lays his gaze upon every single one of them. Lingers a little bit on Ziri, lifts an eyebrow, and says, I don't usually see your kind here in the lands of the Empire, especially dressed as how you are. You're part of this group, I suspect. Do you understand the dealings with such creatures as yourself? And then he looks over at Cedric and says, and you as well. I can read you from a mile away. You're both of opposite creation, but very rare here, an exotic collection for most people. And Zeri too is like, oh, thank you very much. I like to be very unique. I'm very happy to go and experience your city. It's very, very beautiful. Your culture, very nice people here, like yourself. He's like, how intriguing. And then, who might you be? Oh, I'm Ziri. And she kind of waves a hand. Very pleasure to meet you. And she says, hey, so many questions. And she kind of darts her eyes to him and then back at like the rest of the group, sometimes landing on Illis. Very many questions. Maybe we can talk if there. And Lucien is gonna look at her being uncomfortable, or not uncomfortable, but very exciting looking, and he's nods. Yes, of course. And but first, let us get to the situation at hand. Please, tell me everything about the Rarvis. The Rarvis files. I like that.
She drew a picture of him and then scratched out his face because she just ate him.
That'd be very interesting.
Did Lucius finish with those papers?
Oh, he hasn't even looked at them yet. He's after he heard the name Rarvis, he looked like he was about to look at him, but as soon as the name popped up, he's just holding them in his hand right now. Actually, he's sitting down, so he has his leg kind of crossed, and kind of like his ankle resting on his knee, and he has them resting on his lap currently. He lifts an eyebrow, Perhaps I can read it. I am quite efficient and fast. What do you have?
So, oh lord, she will pull out the journal from when they first arrived at the town where Gregor was, to when they finally got, or when they killed Rarvis, or quote, killed Rarvis, so in the fort. So it'll probably be like a book or two in her journal, and she will pull out 2 of these thin journals and hold them out to him. The first one's on the bottom.
Like he reaches out and holds it. He puts one on the ground and then begins reading the other one as he opens it. And you see that he actually just, his eyes just like scan so quickly. And he's like just flipping through the papers. He's not, it looks like he's not even reading, but you see his eyes just going back and, or up and down actually. Really fast. Kind of gives you a sense that he's used to doing this quite a bit, and that possibly maybe he has some sort of brain behind that visage of his face, his tendencies. And after about maybe a good like 5 to 10 minutes, if everybody's sitting there unless they do anything else,
Just sitting awkwardly.
as Ziri is like barely containing her questions. She's like looking over and like kind of nods at Illis if Illis looks over, and kind of nods at Xerxes since they're the 2 closest. And she smiles. Isn't this fun? Very, very fun, right?
Yes.
I die from boredom.
Nobu falls asleep.
It's like
I think I do a couple times.
Ziri will look over. It's like, no, Boo, why are you so bored? This is very exciting. You're always never interested in life. I'm going to have to show you about life and how to be very curious.
Someone kill me now.
No, Boo, that is no way to look at life. And then as he's done, he goes to the next.
Did you hear anything? Did you hear my end? I saw the snoring.
Oh, she's gonna just snicker. Gillis, I think we.
She gonna what?
She's just snickers. She snickers and then she like looks over at Illis and says, Gillis, I think me, you, and Nobu shall have to go on an adventure, and I'm going to show him how to live life to the fullest.
I think he would love it.
Oh, you really think so? Oh, and she kind of claps a little bit as Lucien stops and looks over that way. And then closes the book and sets it down. This is very unsettling. So he has been working with Raphael. Are you sure you can prove this?
Well, we could have had a physical magical mark. However, he looks over.
Because it was Raphael, wasn't it?
Oof. It has since been removed, but we checked that it's been removed. But we were all marked up until today, literally, right?
And
Yeah, a few hours ago,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Lucien.
Just to clarify, did we actually like talk with Xerxes, or are we all like, yeah, it suddenly disappeared?
So I talked with Ilith, he talked with you.
So he has been using a very secret ritual that the Queen has created herself, according to what I've just read. Also, apparently, other secrets then. Did you have a Mara in there?
I don't think Amara was traveling with us at that point.
I
It would probably
included-
just be that she showed up.
Okay, so you just included that she showed up, but as far as like, you only gave him information of the first time meeting him and his death. Did you nothing more?
It was she gave him the journal that wrote up until, or including that they quote killed him.
Okay.
So right before they left the fort is when it ends.
And does it explain about the mark being on everybody, including Amara, or no?
She probably. Oh, actually, would it? Did she know the mark was on Amara at that point?
That's a good question because everybody would have seen a mark placed on them. So probably yeah, because it was a physical thing, and I think Amara had mentioned something about it too.
That was when she was following them. Then yes.
Okay. So Lucien will look and say, I've heard of this Amara as well. I think, if I am correct in hearing, because there was great news of what has happened in the southern continent, she is the Queen Killer, as so named here in the lands of Hexa Landing and the Empire. But there is one thing other than that I'm very particularly curious about. Amara works with the shadows. The Master Reynold, who has direct ties and links to the Empire. He has been working under the Emperor Galasius of the Askira Empire, who we are currently under the domain of. But tensions have been rising with the Queen of Hexa Landing, Queen Calidora. Though we have not. Uh-oh. Okay, well, hopefully you'll be back. If not, I think we got pretty good stopping point. Put my still Aaron there. But he'll say, as far as the tensions they have been growing, this could be very beneficial information. Perhaps I will get you an audience. There would be an opening tomorrow morning. We currently have one of our builders of sorts, a man of wealthy means, who is also helping Calidora with advice. He owns many estates. Perhaps you've heard of the many taverns that he keeps. The luxurious Crump Tower.
Say Crump or Trump?
He said Crump.
Oh, Trump Tower.
He said the Crump Tower. And he like walks over.
Politics have slithered their way even to the fantasy worlds. Damn it.
And he says, you may speak with her after, if you wish. As he walks over to Cedric after Thorag, you had said something about lingering.
Thorag is much more familiar with divine magics and not. So he kind of floated that to Illith of like, well, we've been affected by magic. Maybe that could be a thing. But also, it's like, it looks like our marks have been purged. We know that Cedric's like thing had been purged, and we took extra care to make sure it was purged.
True. But
I locked him in a box.
In there.
Yeah, he walks over to Cedric. Please tell me, what is it that you are afflicted with? What precisely happened to you, Asamia?
face on end.
He lifts an eyebrow.
It's a party.
How interesting. Locking up in boxes and all. It turns back to Ilith. You have a book of his affliction that he suffered.
Yes. However, I was not the one that went in and helped him fight this affliction off. But I can give you my experience from an outside perspective, and she'll start rifling, I guess. She'll.
Yes.
Yes.
She will hold up a pen.
You see Ziri start poking over and looking at what Ilith is doing because her excitement is just getting overbearing. And she's like, ooh, look, that is very, very, as he starts flipping through a book. That is
And the
very...
still image comes up, it's like, that came out of my...
Oh my, look at your mouse, it's so small. How did that big thing fit in there? It's like Zeri just kind of looks over at Cedric. It's like, oh my gosh, Cedric, you can really fit a lot of large things in your mouth. I don't know if I could fit that in my mouth. That is very big. And Lucien is looking over and is like, yes, large indeed. This is confirming to me, at least by the specifics that you've been able to write down, especially looking at the aging and such of these writings. I can tell that it has been some time that you did these. He looks over at the books by the chair and looks over at Ilith. I do believe this is proof enough. Yes, there will be an audience with the Queen. We must hear, and she must be made aware of this. I can make this happen. And he looks over at Xerxes. So I take it that you are some sort of at least representing part of the empire. Looks over at Xerxes when he mentions this.
Those documents and ring in your possession should clear up the question you ask, but I feel it would be of some importance to act on Ravis's current whereabouts. I feel we did not make it clear enough to you. He was last seen hours ago, here, in the city.
And he's like, of course. If Ravis is in the city, he must be quickly dealt with. And he snaps his fingers, and you would see some doors open. There are to the left and right of y'all. It was just not showing it, but you see some people gather up. Four for right now, but these 4 people gather up. They seem like similar almost to the Sentinels that y'all saw, but these are much more detailed and a little bit, what would I say? I guess you can definitely feel their presence when they step into the room. And I'm gonna just get an image of them really quick. So I can copy it. Boom. So these people walk into the room. I'm just gonna put an image.
Oh. Edgy. I like it.
So they walk in, and You see him walk over and speak to them. They stand quiet and says, "It appears that we shall have to proceed once more in search of Ravis. It says, we have already set a vein warrant, so there is no place he can hide in Hexa Landing now that we are aware of him. Reactivate the vein warrant, search him out, and destroy him." And you see this large vein sentinel to the very left nod. Says, "Of course, master. He will not survive so long as he is in the territory of the city past tonight." And then they just simply start walking out. And they'll walk out the main chamber and disappear from there. And then he'll look over. He says, "Fear not. You shall not have trouble unless he decides to escape once more past the territory and walls of Hexa Landing. Either way, you will be safe here." And it says, "Those are the elite sentinels. Aside from gods themselves, there's nothing that can escape the vein warrant."
Thank you for everything.
It says, "Please meet me here in the morning, say 9 o'clock, and we can discuss anything else besides." He looks over at Xerxes, "the matters with Ravis." As he reads, he actually picks up the papers and sees the signet, and then he'll read through them and then walk over. "But Ravis is of great importance currently. I shall have you converse with whatever other information from your empire that you need to speak with the Queen herself." And he'll look over at Naboo, and then he looks over at the rest. "I take it that you will be prepared to meet with the Queen by 9 in the morning." And he looks over at Ilith. And he says, "I expect everyone to be at their best behavior. This is the Queen of Hexa Landing you will be meeting with." And then with that, he just turns and looks over. "If you wish to converse tonight," talking to Ziri, "you may stay." And then he'll walk over and he'll actually wait there, put his hands behind as the chairs disappear. And Zeri looks behind at the group. It's like, oh, yes, I want to stay and talk about culture and ask you so many questions. And
Oh, you have a curfew, young lady.
curfew?
Well, hold on. Would you be kind enough to make sure that she is escorted back to our dwellings for the night so that she can travel the city safe?
And he looks over. "Of course. She would be under my complete protection. No one shall lay a finger on her. This I guarantee."
What about a fang?
Oh, do what now?
What about a fang?
Above table.
Oh.
Please say it in character, I dare you.
He didn't say anything about fangs, but he did say about fingers.
The bard will do that. That's sure, because I'm a bard.
They should be.
Wait, did he actually say that?
I did actually just say that as Xerxes, yes.
Oh God.
Of this.
Roll me an insight.
Roll diplomacy to get away with the joke.
For legal reasons, that was a joke.
I don't really know how much of that was a joke. Are you kidding me? Doesn't matter. I have a +11. That's a nat 1.
Hang on. I'm gonna add a 7 to that.
The joke did not land.
Sorry, an
I
8.
have to check. Wait a second. I have to check to see if I use this today because I might be able to actually really flip this. It's not marked. I'm not sure. I'm gonna assume I haven't used topsy-turvy, so I'm gonna use topsy-turvy now. It's a 20 +11, making it 31. She just gave me a +8, so it's 39.
Holy Jesus Christ!
Why are we wasting this?
Oh my God!
I don't like him.
I don't like
I'm about to go to bed, so I mean, like, I think we're good.
Oh Jesus! But
I don't like him is the best excuse I've heard.
you read that he kind of twitches a little bit at the mention of it. He hadn't said anything about fangs, but maybe he was considering it. And then you see that he is very you can a little annoyance that you would read with his poker face, but he seems to be very interested in Ziri. He has more than just her mind that he's interested in. You would be able to read with that role.
Then with that information, Xerxes would look at him and look at the group and then say, I mean no disrespect, but we require her to be entirely unmarred. If that is not something that you are currently capable of promising, we're afraid that she will have to leave with us, and this conversation will have to wait until a more opportune time.
Ziri looks all like confused and sad. It's like, oh, but it's I'm very interested in culture. And then he'll look over and it's like, I promise. And you have my word. There will be no foul play, and I shall keep to myself. So he looks over, and you can tell he's telling the truth at that. Though he's still interested in her. He seems to be of noble intent, at least, because he is of a high blood here. At least from what Xerxes can read with that intent.
Then I will look towards Illith, and he's not currently here, but Zul are the ones who've been the most protective of her, and I will drop anything as long as they do.
Alright, in that case, I guess it would be up to Illith. And Thorag.
He looks a little concerned, but you know she is an adult. He'll let her make her decisions, and you know, promise of very powerful person won't be hurt. Seems responsible. Yeah, all right.
She looks over and she like runs over to Thorag, gives him a hug. Oh, you're so overprotective. I've never had a overprotective. You know, my father, he didn't really used to talk to me very much. I think he tried to ignore me all the time because of the way I looked. I think it was my horns.
Kind of immediately is regretting letting her go. It's like, oh, I have to protect this one even more now.
I lean into Illith. Yeah, actually, now this hand head, I can understand why. I can see it.
Damn.
What do you remind me of?
Oh my God.
She's gonna elbow him hard.
Careful, right? Don't get into trouble.
It's just, oh, you know me. I never get in trouble. I just read books and I try to talk to everybody. In fact, I have a lot of books for all of you, except for Nobu, since he doesn't like to talk very much. But I'll get him to open up one of these days. I'm going to teach him how to do it with Illith. When we go on our adventure.
She still has the earring, right?
Wait, the nose ring? I don't know. Did she get another one?
Did she give hers up?
I thought she gave it to somebody. Oh, to Ziri. You're asking if Ziri has it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. She's gonna pat Siri on the shoulder. Have fun, but be safe. And you know how to contact us if you need to.
He says, and she shakes her head really, or nods her head really fast. It's like, And it's like, oh, yes, 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 this is so exciting. Are you sure you don't want to stay behind Ellis and see how I write and document things? And she actually has like a little, her little purse that she's been carrying around. This actually, she pulls out a document and her pin from it.
She'll look at the group.
No.
So above table, Xerxes has a pecking order, and right now Ziri's at the top of it, just so everybody knows. So when she offers that to Illith, Xerxes is gonna look at Illith like, "Please stay."
All right.
No.
Sure, as long as our host is
No.
all right with it.
All right, Opal.
God damn it! You hear all of your heads just, God damn it!
You see, Xerxes, because you got such a large intent, he looks over at Illith, and you can tell that he's a little annoyed, at least at the host, and says, "Oh, I had planned for Ziri and I to have conversation, to share our experiences in life. I was hoping to have isolated conversation with her. As I promised, I shall make sure, even if I have to send my best guards with her in the morning, and I shall only have conversation with her." As he walks over to Illith.
He's like, she's fine. We ain't gotta stay here.
Oh, let's see. I don't like this.
Thorag puts a hand on Illa's shoulder, and it's like, they have to make their own decisions, their own.
And Ziri is like,
choices.
as Thorag is doing this, he's like, "Oh, you mean you don't want Elith here?" And it's like, "Oh
I
no."
don't
know.
And then you see Lucien say, "I only wish to speak with you, to share my secrets with you." And she says, "Ziri." "Oh, okay. I guess I can do that. I mean, I'd like to have a light, focused conversations. It's very fun. I will note everything down, Ellis, for us both, and I can give you everything in the morning, and maybe we can have a girls. Oh no, I have breakfast with other friend. I forgot."
Also, you having. As long as you're okay being here alone.
Says, "Oh yes, of course. I'm gonna talk to him, and then I'm gonna talk to Nobu's friend, the Kralik. Yes." He said that he would talk to me and tell me all about culture for Nobu and him and everything. Yeah, me and Thoreg are actually having breakfast. Oh, wait a minute. We're supposed to talk to Queen. No, what am I going to do? I'm supposed to have breakfast with him. Now we're talking to Queen. Oh, what am I going to do?
I'm sure he'll understand since you have an audience.
Oh, I'm so sad. I don't know. What the, oh, why is there never enough time? And she'll just look over. It's all right. I will get notes, and then I will figure out morning, and we will. Yes, we'll figure everything out. She looks completely frazzled right now at having 2 appointments in the morning. And then Lucien will look over, nods, and then we'll start leading Ziri off to the side. And then Ziri is kind of like wraps her tail around his arm and stuff, and it's like, "All right, let's go and have conversation." It's like Lucien is actually looks at the tail a little bit, kind of like, the hell, and then but then starts leading her. As she starts asking questions. "Oh, so tell me, where did you come from? How long have you been here in government? And can you tell me about Hexa Landing?"
Before she stopped asking me questions. Go.
Above table, does Ziri have any magical ability to fight, like, at all?
Oh yeah, she does.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
I feel a little better, but I still don't like this at all.
Yeah.
She's got some decent spells, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. She does have some decent spells, but she's the one that Xerxes might. I don't know if Xerxes would have ever. He messes with magic of any kind.
He's a bard, yeah.
Yeah.
Bard mess with magic? Yeah, a little bit.
Roll me a either a history or you can roll an arcana.
Oh God. Given the choice. Yeah, we're gonna work either way. That's a 10.
10. Oh gosh. All right. Well, maybe he hasn't gone through his entirety of magic studies. I know he put with these in the past couple of years. The conservation of magic and the theory behind it has been talked out in schools and started to be taught with those who use magic. So I don't know if you, with the 10, you may start linking together that you probably have heard her name or maybe seen a picture drawing of her, a rendition of her as an author of the conservation of magic. She is the main author who wrote that book. He might have seen here and there, starting to barely put it together. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, they go off to the side door, and you hear her echo as she's asking lots of questions.
As they open this door, can I see any light sources in the room beyond?
Oh yeah, you see like a large hallway. It's a large hallway, but it looks to eventually go rounded at the very end of the wall, and there's stairs that lead up, kind of like what do you call it, spiral stairs, because this is a large tower from the outside. Um, you see the hallway, and you see other arches that seem to lead to other rooms. Almost maybe you can't see from the angle, but similar to perhaps these right here. But yeah, there's light sources.
I don't have my bark still. I need that bark back. All right. Anyway.
But in this case,
I took your papers in my journal. Unless he gave.
Oh no! He would have left the journals on the floor, and then he would have actually my intent was to walk over to Xerxes and had given him the stuff back.
Yeah, that you did do that. Also, I know it's not going to change anything. It's actually a 12. Long memory actually gives me proficiency in history, so it's not +4, it's +6.
Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, yeah, you would recognize her as the main author for the laws of conservation of magic. So, if you were, I don't know if have you read anything above table on Ziri?
No, no.
Okay, so if you wanted to read a little bit about her, I'll give you a link there because she is the one that wrote that book. So basically explains how magic works and like how everything that seems to appear, like if somebody makes a chair come to life and it's like a creature now, it's not actually making it come to be a creature out of nothing. It's actually taken from something. But anyway, I'm gonna post that in there for you in the chat.
Oh, if that's the case, her and I need to have some conversations.
So there you go. Zaretha Morn. All right. With that being said, was Aaron doing his thing and going on a date? I can recap on that for him. And then he can figure out what he wants to do in the morning since he's going that. But is there anything that y'all wish to do currently, or do y'all just wish to go back to the wagon, fast track to the morning, or did y'all want to do any kind of RPing or?
If we're all going back to the wagon, Xerxes is going to have a.
All right, so so far that's one for heading back to the wagon.
Yeah, I'm down to head back to the wagon. There's some things I want to make anyway.
Okay. Well then,
Back to my wagon.
Back to the wagon it is then. Or all back to the line down under.
10 void to the Dark Tower.
Eventually back to the dock tower, yes. Alright, let's see here. The wagon. I'm gonna put y'all in the Maras wagon. Okay. I said, give me a Maras wagon. We'll just go to the main floor for now, since we already seen all the other places. Bam. Can I go to the main floor without my computer freezing, actually? That's a good question. I don't know. All right, no, we're not going to that floor. We're going to go over here. I'm going to have to go to my main computer and remove all those tokens. So I'm going to just leave the big old map open. And then just say the... Since we already seen all the other maps, we're just going to theater the mind where everybody goes. So it doesn't stop recording. Oh, I forgot Craig Pot again.
Huh?
Craig Pot, what? You doing
Craig
pot
Pot?
now, William?
What? How do I invite Greg in here? I forgot. I haven't used him in so long.
Oh yeah, Greg.
Sir Gregor?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that AI thing, yeah.
I don't even know how to do it. Oh my god, I forgot.
Now recording.
Oh god.
There we go.
Why is that?
Just in case it ever doesn't record all the way and I don't get the full transcript. I should be using this because it actually writes everybody's name down.
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So back to the wagon we go, and unless anything else is happening, we can go with Xerxes. Like I said, theater of the mind. Y'all return back to the wagon, going in the wagon, and Xerxes, wherever you wish to have this conversation, we'll say that you can gather everybody up, except for Aaron, of course, using his date. But I think Illis can translate, can't he? Can't she? Or not translate, but send messages through the ring.
So, Aaron does not have a thing anymore.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't realize you couldn't have two of the same one. This is my first time playing this class.
Oh.
Instead, we have the Boots of Winding Path for Tribe.
Oh, okay.
So he does not. Aaron does not have an infusion. He cannot communicate beyond the sending piercing.
Okay. No worries, no worries. Like I said, y'all can just we can say that y'all tell him sometime later. But yeah, Xerxes, if you want to gather the group, we'll say.
I have no idea how to navigate this place whatsoever. I've been inside here twice. I've been in 3 rooms. I will let Ilith tell Xerxes where
Dang it, internet. It
She was
roboted.
fine for me.
Oh, okay. It roboted a little bit, but if it was fine for you, okay.
Okay. Continue.
For Ravus and more of a
Um,
stretch and speculation than
Actually, the one who invaded Cedric's mine, I forgot to tell you. I was going to correct you on that one. Was actually Ashan Rol and Anam, unless you mean that.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. It was an Ashan Rol and Anam is who invaded his mine. Those are the ones that.
You just had everybody in your mind, Triker. I mean, Dinah, you're a whore.
Yeah,
Dinah, your mind's a whole.
yeah. Raphael was the one though that when y'all first were in Talon Alton, I don't know who it was, but somebody did something to where they had they saw them conversing, and I think they actually saw Anam speaking with Raphael.
Is it when I put my thing through the portal?
Oh, I think so. Yes, yes. I think it was you, and you saw some skull figure. That skull figure would have been Anam, and then Rarvis was the one that was speaking, and then they both not Rarvis. Raphael was the one that was speaking to Anam, and then
Okay.
yeah, and then Rarvis. I'm trying to remember if Rarvis was there. I think Rarvis was there too, but he wasn't speaking. But it was Raphael and Anam. But Anam is the one who penetrated into Cedric's mine with the Ashan Rol. Eventually, when Amara had got killed for a little bit, it was Ashan Rol and Anam who went up into her chambers trying to break through the barrier that Glyph had. But yes, it was. But you did see Raphael, and you heard the name from Rarvis and that was the person that was talking to Anam way back in Talon Alton. Are you asking me or Xerxes?
Either of you.
Oh, okay.
Either you or Xerxes.
Rarvis has connections to Raphael. Raphael would have been the one that is also probably trying to move against the Ebonclaw Conclave, the main seat and power of Hexa Landing aside from the Queen, because he has the Crimson Sigil, and Rarvis is one of his main connections, basically one of his main henchmen, more than likely.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, she's just scanning you. Y'all see a little
Yeah,
bit of
yeah.
Cedric. Cedric sees the same. Everybody's going to the corner. Cedric sees the same scanning that he's used to.
Cedric is suddenly
As everybody's talking, everybody just sees this light of scanning happening. Suddenly, that's a glyph kind of pops up in the corner, scans everybody, and then disappears. Yes.
Don't mind that. That's normal.
Glyph.
Right here, seconds ago.
Yeah, Glyph will go ahead and pop up, and when Illith calls, it says, "Yes, Illith, how may I help you?" She says, I do not know. What is it that he is searching for? All right. So Xerxes, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna have you, if you want me, or if you want to come up with a name for the artifact. I have a basic idea of what I want the artifact to be, but I have not come up with a name, which I didn't know if you wanted those privilege or if you want me to come up with it. Well, that's interesting. Well, are you talking about what it physically looks like or what it does?
No. What? Because I made it in big.
Is it? It's not a crown or a circlet. I can tell you that. So, but if you want me to tell you, I can. Or if Xerxes would even know. If Xerxes doesn't know, then I guess in character he wouldn't know what it looks like.
Know what it does. He knows what it looks like.
Oh, he knows what it looks like. So it's actually more of kind of like a egg-shaped orb with golden filigree on it, and it has actual small inscriptions of the different uses it's had over the years, which he probably wouldn't know what it does, so he probably doesn't know what those inscriptions are, but he's seen drawing of them. So imagine like an egg that's more in a purplish color, almost obsidian, purplish obsidian, which the white little tiny inscriptions of y'all's native, I guess, writings and alphabet. And it has gold filigree, almost like lightning around it.
And
I would say that he probably doesn't know what it does really, but I'd say that now when you mentioned Illith, I was trying to read. Did Illith, is this the same thing that Illith was looking in the backstory?
Oh, that I don't know.
Oh, I thought when Xerxes mentioned you or something.
Illith was
And
Okay.
so she had been trapped in there so long, she saw it her time to escape the Empire because she figured they thought she was dead, so she just stayed.
Okay. Well, I would say that as far as Xerxes knows, what it looks like, it's like that egg-shaped kind of orb with the filigree, and that I will say that it does more linger from rumors that you've had with the ability to either dream or sing reality, even against gods.
okay. So it is basically based in their folklore. Okay, so
And if you do want a name, unless you wanted to name it, here's what I had. Oh, roll 20.
Oh, okay.
I can put it on this one. Yeah, the Aurelian Dream Egg. There's a reason there's a reason I made it into an egg too, because basically, from rumor, like he's heard that you can either sing or maybe dream something from. So it almost bursts new realities.
Yes.
Yeah. So. Okay. Aside from that, it just clinks on the floor. Does anybody want to catch the splint armor?
Everybody just said no.
Hermes will move in there and just kind of catch it. Like, what the hell? There we go.
So it is, for all intents and purposes.
Oh, okay. Oh, does Xerxes say the Aurelian dream egg to her?
Yes, and I gave the description that you gave me to everybody, so yes.
Okay. She looks over and says, the Aurelian dream egg. I believe we do have small information. It is very fragmented information from a race that we do not keep many historical records on. It could even be called the Thol's Egg, a first age name, eventually becoming the Aurelian Dream Egg. And she like scans in her head, her eyes are just darting up left and right. Its fist to almost medium head sized. It's known to shrink or grow sometimes, according to certain text. I mean, currently pulling up. And she'll describe pretty much the whole idea of the gold vein, the fine lightning bolt filigree that also seems to shift position. Says, oh, this is, she like looks like she has discovered something. It could possibly also grant immortality, with it being a possibility to also work with certain phylacteries. And then say, it has abilities from this fragmented information to almost the tier of gods, a power to defy the gods directly. But I do not have much more than that. It is very fragmented information, though it is vast knowledge that we have from around the world. This is something that I and Amara have not gathered much into. Xerxes, I would be pleased to sit down with you so we could fill in all the gaps and correct any misinterpretations. And I am sorry Illis, this is as much as my information in the archives we have. And then Glyph will look over and says, curious, this artifact has now come into my consciousness of sorts. And she says, detailing, and Illis can roll a, how would I say, either Arcana or Intelligence skill check. I guess maybe it would be under maybe Investigation.
So I'll
Good God.
This is because of Fragment. I got a 28.
28. All right. As Glyph and you are both processing with your little synapses and brain synapses for Illis, possibly maybe Zool, but as all this is being processed, you start to form a link. You start to sense all this little electrical pulses forming a link in your brain as thinking and putting the puzzle together. So as Glyph and you probably come to the realization that if this is true, it gives a puzzle and a piece to what Anam might be seeking with his Heart of Continuance. So his Heart of Continuance is what the name of his phylactery particularly is. Now, combining the powers of this together somehow, you don't know the full details, but you're guessing that if this came together, it might possibly give immortality outright without needing the phylactery anymore. Considering that if that's true, it would finally start giving and opening the doors for Anam to finally start getting a little bit step closer to becoming a god himself. Especially if it has the powers in certain aspects to be able to be used to defy the ideas. You don't know how much of this is true, that it says that you can just sing or possibly dream something into reality. But it would be a very powerful artifact, something that might have a reason to remain hidden because it might be just a little bit too powerful. Not a lot of people may want to know that it exists out there, or if anybody that does know that this exists is what you're coming up with in your mind. But also Glyph will express this and suddenly start talking and explaining this. As Illis would also come to the same conclusion. And Glyph says, if this was an artifact that truly exists, it would be some of the most powerful artifacts out there. Possibly able to grant Anam this immortality without ever using a phylactery. Should this become true, Amara's plan would fail. Once she destroyed the phylactery and he gained possession of this artifact, he would no longer need a phylactery.
No, me.
Either way, we need to find Rarvis.
Glyph looks over at Illis and says, Amara has been in and out of consciousness. She is almost completely healed. She will be ready by morning, and she will gain full consciousness, and her body will be retrieved. And the symbiote is now ready to return. It was separated and almost destroyed by the vulnerabilities. And she looks over at Illis. Amara did ask how far along you were to being able to track the phylactery and finishing the triangulation. She got sidetracked. I'll say.
I asked a couple times to do it, and then we never did rolls.
Yeah. I'll say that you got maybe halfway done. Then you started getting maybe sidetracked with a couple of things that started happening, but yeah, you were halfway done with it. Glyph looks over and says, I will explain this to Amara when she awakens in the morning. And
Long day.
Unless anybody else wants to do anything else in RP, we can say we can either y'all can RP or we can fast track to the morning and say everybody's going to get a long rest and such, even though I don't think y'all need, except for maybe Naboo. He just...
Oh, I definitely need it. Since that fight, I am...
All right. Well, then in that case...
Well, hold up.
Oh. Oh God. Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Cool. So you're preparing everything. Go ahead and roll me a. What would you be, either Tinker's tool or you're going to be using the. Let's see. I was trying to. I didn't bring my book that helps me create everything. I left it. Yeah, if you what do you usually use in order to Smith's tools?
I use a mixture of Smith's tools and Tinker's tools and all that.
Okay, yeah. You can just go ahead and do the Tinker's tools for now, so you can get it started and see how well prepared it is to get it going, since that might take a little bit of time. Get the preparations going. And after we roll, we're gonna do a quick 3 to 5 minute break, and then we'll come back and see what happens in the morning with this new information that's been dealt.
We're back for a break.
Welcome back for a break.
Alright, so I have advanced.
Did you say you're gonna what?
Raid the fridge.
Oh, okay. I wish I had a fridge here. That's all right. You can just let me know what you rolled. All right. Well, wherever you're preparing at, probably in the library, since it's so usually where he likes to build.
That's a nat 20.
Oh, it's a nat 20? Well, you get everything extremely prepared. So to the most pristine ability that you can get this started. Everything just perfect. Setting everything just in place where it needs to go, so you can start working and eventually start building. If you don't already have advantages, you would have advantage from every roll on forward creating this thing. But yeah, you get advantages to get this thing done, and because you did it so well, once I let you know what's going to be the full time to get it done, you're gonna actually half that, so it's a little bit faster for you to get it done. And I will look that up and let you know. But
Thank you.
all right, I'll be right back. 3 to 5 minute break, and then we'll continue. Okay. All right. I have returned.
Not much helps.
Babe. Did Anne call you? Okay, she's gonna. Because she has questions about the lawnmower.
Ooh, went up into here.
And that is?
As I was
Let's see.
In the car? What was in the car? I have no idea.
Can I guess?
Dino wants to know if he can guess. You can guess.
A dead body.
Oh my god.
That's Demo's guess. I'll say it's snake.
So, Demos asked if it was a dead body. Dino wants to know if it was a serpent. It is neither. It is worse. Was there a bee in the car? Worse than a bee? Oh, it must have been a
Jeez.
You said we heard you say something, and then the invasive species. All right, what is it? It says yes, a fly that's invasive. What is it?
Something would have been the name of the bug.
It's like she was doing what Xerxes was doing, but in real life.
I'll be completely honest,
Lord.
my brain shut off until all that outburst just happened. So
Yeah.
I'm not a witness to this.
Ironically, she said like black mold. It's like, oh my god, what the fuck? So this thing's a termite on steroids?
It's
That flies.
like a small cicada. Yes, their nymphs will absolutely cover the bark of trees.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So anyway,
Sorry.
no worries. We'll say that everybody rested for the night, got their long rests. If anybody needed long rests and such, and so we'll say there's about an hour or so before y'all gotta go, and it's 9 o'clock. If y'all wanted to do breakfast or anything and such like y'all usually did. Is there anything that y'all want to do before heading out?
Yeah, Xerxes is gonna do something.
Oh, okay, cool, nice.
Are you summoning that in the park?
That was the plan.
I like that. Okay.
Don't hurt my baby, please.
It
I mean, if
dies.
we see you cast it, it's different than if it just appears.
Moving these guys around. So, all right. So you would cast it, and your steed would appear, depending on where everybody wanted, or if anybody else is doing anything else, or if y'all are grouped up together, y'all would see the steed. If not, depending if y'all showed Xerxes where the guard floor was, where everybody usually sleeps in the rooms, on the breakfast kitchen area. So that's what Xerxes doing. Anybody else want to do anything besides Naboo building some stuff too?
Yeah, since I only sleep for 6 hours, I wanted to wake up and start working on that.
Okay, cool. Put the kitchen table so Xerxes knows the bedrooms and the all the areas. But aside from that, the only other thing that would happen is that Illis, you would get a little a voice in your head as a fragment appears and says, Amara is requesting for you to go join her in the chamber.
Hold on. Is there...
And Fragment says, yes. But anyway, she is as you appear there, you see Glyph floating. Armara is standing by the desk. She looks over at Ilith. She seems to have been getting dressed into proper attire that is not destroyed. And she like pops her neck. Her hair still frazzled. Looks like there's some sleepiness in her eyes. She moves her missing limbs to test them. Big old black tentacles warp out of her skin. Says, the symbiote is back. And she looks over at Ilith. Ilith. And she will walk over to Ilith and just kind of like hug her. And then she starts like, ugh.
Who is this? This is not Amara.
She just kind of, well, it's a hug, but it's more of a grip that she's like really holds on tight. And she just kind of, you feel her kind of like huff a little bit, and her shoulders start going up and down. And then you kind of hear her start a little bit of a sob on your shoulders.
Oh my god.
Looks over, she pulls away. Yes, I am okay. Sorry, a little getting disorientated. And she kind of walks over to the table in the chair, and she looks up at Ilith. You see her eyes a little wet still. She starts to rub them. I'm sorry. They.
Oh, it's all right. I'm glad you're doing better at least.
The creatures, they're able to penetrate into your mind. They show you the worst parts of yourself. All the things that I did wrong. The people that I had to, people that I had to kill. The queen. The faces, they have this way to go into your mind and show you things. They didn't fight physically or by magic. They fought by some sort of mental attacks, constantly. Mental attacks. And she looks over and they really know how to put a mirror to yourself and show you what you really are. Ilith, I am a monster. And she looks up and is like, that's what I'm trying to do, but it seems that always something gets in the way. Seems that every decision I do makes things worse. But at least we're back.
You saved us more than once. You've saved Cedric specifically more times than that.
Oh yes, Cedric. I don't quite remember why I was saving him. My memory's a little foggy, but it's fragmented. They tried to mess with a lot of my memories. Very proficient in doing such things. And, at least we are back. Were you able to protect Fragment while I was gone?
Yes, I was, and reluctantly I will pull Fragment from my wrist.
And a fragment appears, and she's like, it was such a pleasure traveling with you, Elith. I had so much things that I learned.
And I was happy to have you along.
And you see Amara with both her hands, she claps fragment. And then she starts wrapping it around her wrists and starts. You see an awareness finally returning as the information from the wagon. It starts to linger into her mind as well. It seems that she has some sort of link as well to it, ingrained that she had linked to you. And then she looks over, says, "How far away are we from where we were going? I'm trying to remember. We were going to drop off that one creature that you needed to save, and then we were heading to the barbarian lands."
Actually, Amara, your mark, where was it located?
Just making sure I got all of us.
She looks at you confused for a while, and she like shakes her head. Mark, Ravis's mark?
Yes.
And she looks, and she kind of lifts her hand, and under her arm, she looks over, and she's like, "Well, it seems that it's not there."
Good. We have a new friend who helped us remove them. However, we still have an audience with the Queen of Hexa Landing. Actually,
she, by this time it's probably 9:30, and she like lifts an eyebrow. Or not 9:30. Sorry, 8:30. 8:30. Sorry, it's 8:30. Sorry. No, it's 8:30.
Yeah, we're late.
No.
He's like, you guys are 30 minutes late. That's it.
That's it. Your curse has returned.
You now have a death warrant on you.
Is it best for the door?
We're late.
But she looks over, and I'm sorry. Did you say the Queen of Hexa Landing?
yes, Rivas is in town, and I believe she would like to know this information.
She stands up and throws a book across the chamber. Rivas?
Yes.
What the fuck?
There she is.
The Armara.
There it is.
What is Rivas doing? I knew it. I knew he had. Of course. I should have known this. I felt it when we thought we had met his demise. Rivas. In Hexa Landing. We're in Hexa Landing?
Yes. We
Have a party here. I assume Zul's in the room. She's gonna give him a side eye.
But we have some idea of what he wants to do here, and she'll kind of go over the events of what happened while Amara was being healed. Rivas trying to attack Xerxes, the revelation of the artifact, what the artifact does, and the fact that Rivas indicated that he has it.
She looks over and it's like, fuck. And she looks and says, we have to get that artifact. We have to get that artifact immediately.
I agree.
But then why are we talking?
Well, we should be heading to the Queen. Hopefully she can give us a hand. They are currently hunting Rivas.
And then she says, very well then, let's go. And she starts walking.
Away!
And yeah, she'll meet up if y'all meeting in the hallway or what, so y'all getting ready to go. Is Naboo going?
Am I going?
Is Naboo going?
I fucking yes.
I don't know if Ilith is going to grab Naboo or not.
Naboo, you don't have to go.
I He said he wanted everybody there. That's our own trust.
All right. So we'll say that everybody meets up in the hall, and Amara is actually going to set her eyes on, because she told her, but she hasn't really seen Xerxes except for like a little bit of time before she like had passed away. And she looks over. I'm assuming you just said Xerxes and didn't explain who he was.
No, that is correct. She just called him Xerxes.
And it's like,
Jesus.
she'll walk over and she'll see Xerxes and say, "What the fuck are you?"
Oh, is he gone?
Oh, you're gone.
Uh-oh.
No,
The gnomes.
she's offended.
Xerxes is
Also
gone.
very valid.
I am a saurian.
And she looks over at Illis and Hermes and stuff. What the fuck? I've never seen your races before, and all of a sudden you're breeding like rabbits. And then
There's
she.
been no breed.
What do you mean breeding? What's breeding?
Mara looks over at Nobu. Well, you know when you fuck somebody and they have a baby.
Amara, that is.
What the hell is a baby?
Nobu's never seen a baby in his life.
I haven't. How do you know what sex is?
Mara just like sighs. And she looks over, says, "Am I? So you're the one who gained an audience with the queen?"
I am also the one who removed the marks. But time is not really on our side.
You what?
I'm assuming this could be a conversation had later.
Yes. Let us go see the queen. We have an artifact that we must gather. I must destroy that thing. And she starts walking.
I'm sorry, what?
And she says, "We have no time. We must meet with the queen to see if she knows if they will have to capture him. They have the artifact." I like that. Awkward. But yeah, that's what she says. I'm going to push this to here so we can get a little better view. Bam. Maybe. See if it pops up without freezing the computer. Boop. Right there. Anyway, yeah, that's what Amara says. And she's going to start walking to the door, thinking everybody's following, but that depends on when everybody does. But yeah, she starts going to the door unless somebody tells her something or... Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right. So, in that case, we're going to go through the motions of y'all going around the alleyway, and y'all head up all the way straight to the tower, upon where inside you see a fully, I would say, cloaked up Lucien waiting with Ziri, who seems to be very fresh, and she actually somewhere along the line got some new clothing and seems to be wearing her wizard's clothing and such again. Not hers, but seems to be an extra type of wizard's clothing that she's wearing. Seems that maybe somebody gave it to her. And Lucien is very decked out and seems to be extremely covered, except for maybe parts of his face. But even though it's as bright as it is, he seems to be cloaked up in his face as well. Almost wearing like a little ninja outfit to cover his face. His eyes are the only ones that seem to be peering out, and then he puts some sort of visor over him. So he now looks like almost like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe, like just visors wearing there. Completely different in a sense. And Ziri walks up to the group and is like, "Oh, hello, Amara." It comes over and hugs Amara and is like, what the fuck? I thought we left. Oh, I do remember you. You were here with Cedric and Zool in my chamber. I was like, "Oh yes, we were, and we were. I tried to find the invisible, annoying creature that you kept trying to point at, and I couldn't find it. It's very, very sneaky creature." And Amara is just like,
Yeah, she's still here.
Amara looks over. "I thought we were dropping her off in Princistria or the Barbarian Lands. Well, then why didn't we?"
Because Elith is strong.
And I'm.
She enjoys the travels, and she's actually proved quite useful here.
He says, "Amara, are you in Naboo? What are you talking about? I wasn't going to be dropped off in Barbarian Lands. Well, Barbarian Lands would be very nice to try to talk to. But I really wanted to go to Eskyria Empire and try to find out more about the culture of Hexa Landing. It's very nice here. Everyone is nice. Everybody is very cordial." And she looks over and says, "They even give you tea and then some sort of, I don't know, red liquid. Tasted very interesting. But it's very, very nice here." And Mamara's like, "Not a monster. Not a monster. I am not a monster."
Give her a soft pat on the shoulder.
And then she looks over at Naboo and is like, Naboo is a monster. Naboo will handle this.
Say the word. Say the word.
You're gonna get another hard elbow.
Ow.
And then, and who the fuck are you, and why are you covering your face? And you see, like, the head of Lucien under the cloak kind of look up. And he said, "I take it that you are the Queen Killer." Amara lifts an eyebrow. Mara's like stays quiet for a while.
Behind Amara, so just kind of like peering over to looking up and just like trying to like shake his head. It's like,
This is.
like time.
I am Lucien, the main elder and enforcer of the Ebonclaw Conclave. The full authority of Hexa Landing falls upon me, and no other aside Queen Caladora herself. And Amara's like, well, why didn't you fucking say so? You see Lucien, you can't really see his face because it's covered, but he just stays quiet, looks over at Illith and Xerxes. And they're like, "Let's go see the Queen. And I would suggest that you are a bit more cordial with the Queen. Amara, Queen Killer. And I assume you do not plan to try such escapades here that you did in the human lands." And Mara looks at the group and is like, "Of course not. I am here simply to retrieve an artifact that has just been brought to light. We must destroy it. And I have the means to do so." And Lucien looks over. I see. Very well, then. And then he starts leading the group.
Xerxes is going to try and talk through that piece of bark immediately to Illith.
I have no intention of allowing her to destroy that artifact.
Something we can discuss later. First, we need to find it.
And Lucien pretty much just leads you through this main river walk. Where's the river right here? Going up the river walk, which is a very beautiful area. You see people walking as birds are actually singing. The sunlight is actually breaking through the mist that seems to just linger around the city. As Amara, you can tell, has never been here. She's looking around and looking at the architecture here and staring at the river. There's certain boats, little ferries in a sense, ferrying people up and down, people having conversations and breakfast, the smells of delicious and delicate sausages, bacons, eggs, and other rarities of meat just wafting into everybody's nostrils and kind of mixing in, making the stomachs gurgle if nobody ate, except for those who did eat. It almost makes y'all want to get hungry again, actually. Eventually, all the way up into the actual connection of the city and the forest, you start to see the castle up ahead lingering, which you see that there's actually two ways to get there. He starts moving up through the forest and says, usually it is very dangerous to go through the forest. Most take the path that is closer to the ocean. But fear not, it is daylight, and you are with me. And he starts going up, and he takes, by the time before you'll get to the actual castle, then he starts moving to where the actual entrance would be, closer to the beach, and you can hear the waves slapping against the earth and beach areas, and you can see the rocky grounds and actually sharp stones below, and the smell of the sea is lingering, especially for Naboo might have an appreciation for that. Just the fresh smells of water and the ocean is lingering in there, and the cool breeze. And a few, maybe around 50 or more feet down into the ocean. And eventually, what you do see is I only have the one for the nighttime, but you can imagine what it looks like during the day. This is the castle that you'll see pop up as you are going in. It's massive. And you can tell that there is constant people moving as you're getting closer and closer into the small courtyard there. And the sun casting great shadows upon the forest from the towers as people are talking, moving around. And eventually you see the enormous and gaping opening of the threshold as you enter into the great halls, and it starts echoing as footsteps clink against it and echo against the walls. And for the most part, it is a little red and black that you see, but eventually some of the halls start turning more into the purple and blue and white, and with trimmings of black as y'all keep moving down the hallways. And you see guards, similar to the sentinels at each intersection, and every so often, every 20 feet. But you can tell that you would probably get lost here in a maze of hallways, but he seems to know where he's going. Every now and then you would see a person run down one of the hallways, and then it just gets quiet for a while. And finally, you start to see double doors in the distance where there is actually 4 sentinels protecting the doors. He just nods, and by this time he finally takes his hood and reveals his face again, and because there's no sun coming in here, and eventually starts walking into a large chamber. It's not very well, it seems to be one of the more smaller chambers. Let me see if I can pull you in there without it going too crazy. Let me give it a second for it to move over to the actual chamber y'all walk in.
Particularly just the shot, the like
because it's like on the cliffside of water. Hey, look, Warhammer 40k style.
One of these days, I'm gonna have to watch that movie.
What?
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
You have a lot of movies to watch, man.
All right. I think I got everybody here. Bam. Yeah, it came out when I was living in California, but I never got to see it. I never had an interest.
You just rage baited your entire audience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you did.
Uh-oh, it's over. I did watch Lord of the Rings. All right.
Hey, there you go.
Oh my gosh, y'all giants.
Class.
I will say I'm not on there. I am currently Thorag is still currently outside the castle, a single tear dripping down his eye. Is like such beautiful architecture.
Yes. It is very beautiful
Citrus
architecture.
patting his back as well, like,
In fact, because he's a dwarf, he might actually start to get the hints that some of this might have been imported from the dwarven lands, some from the elven lands, and some from the normal human
I
lands.
know these stones. How dare they share the same building as elven materials? Yes, the knife ears.
Not the knife ears.
Look, if they can butter bread with their ears, I don't want to talk to them.
So perspective in here is a little bit interesting, but y'all can shrink and grow your tokens if y'all want to capture the reality of it. But for the most part, we'll just pretend. But the area that y'all walk in, I don't have him in here. It's all right. We're going to pretend that there's somebody else standing in here. But y'all walk in as the queen is currently holding audience with someone. And you see this person. He's dressed rather elegantly in wealthy clothing for a human. Has kind of a reddish orangish hair, and but it seems to be serious as they're having a conversation. And Lucien puts up a hand and just pretty much just says, "We shall wait here until Ronald is done with his conversation." And you see that there's this the man talking. He's doing his hands very, very big as he starts talking and says, "Oh, beautiful room, really beautiful room. One of the best rooms I've seen, and I've seen a lot of rooms, tremendous rooms.
Oh no.
Some of them, frankly, not as nice as this one, but this one's got the," and he gestures vaguely and then toward the obsidian architecture. And you see the bones, great bones, and then he looks
I
over.
need to bark back so I can send this man autism.
And then he kind of looks around for a chair, and like if there should be a chair here, but he doesn't find one. He just stands there and then starts moving his hands again. Your Majesty, and let me say, gorgeous castle, very dark, very moody. People are gonna love
That's
it.
fucking Trump.
And
That's what I'm
Are
saying.
you just now picking that up?
once they see,
Messaging to Illith the entire time in the bar.
Don't cast fireball. Don't cast fireball.
you see it.
It would be such a bad idea. You hear back?
Thorag's hand glows fully white as he pretends he's like, I can maybe cast spiritual guns. I just have to be next to him if that's the case. I just control my holy wrath. That's
as you as you see this man kind of wavering big, and he says, "I want to fix the lighting. It will look much better, but I'm here about the villages, the little ones out by the border. You know the ones." And he kind of, Caladora is just kind of, at this point, her fingers are resting on an armrest. You see Caladora, and she says, "I know every stone of my kingdom, Mr. Crump. Speak plainly." And Crump says, "Plainly, I love plainly. Here's plainly. The Askira Empire. Nobody's tougher on the Askira than me. Nobody. Ask anyone. The Askira Empire is going to keep pushing on those villages until somebody builds something they can't push through. And I happen to have available right now the single greatest wall design in history of walls. Bigger than anything Askira's got. Bigger than anything anyone's got. And then you look at him. He kind of looks back, looks at the group, and then turns back to her. And we're talking black stone. We're talking spikes. Maybe beautiful spikes. And I'll build it fast. I'll build it under budget, and I'll put my name on it. The Crump Wall. People will come from every kingdom just to look at it. And you see Calidora is like blinking. Well, actually unblinking, just kind of staring at him. And looks at the rest of the group over here and says, get to the point. And you see him, who will be paying for this, Mr. Crump? You see him, he just says, well, that's the best part, Your Majesty. That's beautiful, beautiful part. Askira pays for it, 100%. They don't know it yet, but they will. Believe me, I've built things before. I know how these deals work. And then you see Calidora. You wish to fortify my border, to protect your investments. And you see him spread his hands. I wish to protect everybody, the border, the villages, the whole tremendous vision, Your Majesty. I just think it should look good while it's doing it. And then Calidora seems to nod. Very well. Speak. And she says, speak to Ashira, and she will begin the process. You have my authority. And you see him nod and kind of bow a little bit, not necessarily all the way. And then looks over at the group as he starts walking away. Thank you, Your Majesty. And he steps out of the room by that time. And then at that point, you see Lucien. Your Majesty, these are the ones who wish to have gained audience with you. And then he gestures his hand over to Xerxes. One from far off kingdom. And you see Ziri kind of like excited, and she walks over, she bows as Lucien is introducing everybody. And the queen lands her eyes on Xerxes. And then Amara is also there, even though she doesn't look like she's there. I don't know where her token is. But Amara is just kind of looking around at the group and is waiting for Lucien to finish. And oops, wrong map. And then the queen just lingers on Xerxes for a while and says, a far off kingdom. From which kingdom do you travel? I do not particularly deal with the lizard kingdoms.
No, give me the name again.
Her name? Calidora?
No.
Ethereum.
His name.
No, the same
Megatherium.
Megatherium. Okay. We are not of the lizard folk.
And she slowly maneuvers. Strange that how she's there, but she's almost like her hands are rolling across her skin, and she puts them on one of the sides of her face, kind of looking as she leans forward. I have never heard of this kingdom.
This is
Yes. And you had wished to gain console. So here you are. I am Queen Calidora Ven Constantine. And what is it you wish console for?
I was led to believe that this council would be in a more private setting, Your Majesty.
And she looks over at Lucien. I was told I was to have multiple guests. And then she'll look over at the rest of the group, lingering her eyes on Naboo for a while. I do recognize that race. The Nari. And Lucien says, yes, Your Majesty. Kralik. His kind. Says, it seems that we have visitors from far-off lands that have never been seen, even in human territories and Alps. And Lucien was like, yes, it seems that some sort of rarity has beholden us. Says, she looks over at Xerxes, her reddish eyes lingering. You wish to have private counsel. And she looks over at the rest. And how are these friends of yours to be treated? Shall we send them back? Or do they have questions or requests? And Amara just kind of blurts out, hey, fuck, I swear, all this etiquette, all the time, every fucking royalty and fucking tight asses.
Greg looks at her and it's like, Ara, please.
So
She's saying what I'm thinking.
it's like, can we just get to the... Can we just cut the shit and get to the point here? I'm looking for an artifact that could destroy the whole entirety of the fucking world, including your kingdom. And the queen just kind of like snaps her gaze over at Amara.
I missed Amara so much.
And at that point, you see her like completely go like a statue almost, just her eyes glaring at Amara. And Lucien looks over at Xerxes with like a large, or not like a large, but like a very intense frown. And
Xerxes will look right back at Lucien and be like,
you see him like just
to do with Amara, if we're honest.
You see even Zeri kind of like opens her eyes up, like it kind of like lingers over to Ulysses. I don't think that's proper etiquette. Perhaps you should tell Amara really quick that she should probably tone down her voice.
she's going back to talk to her, Xerxes is going to try to walk forward and bow even deeper and no longer show the queen his face.
I beg for your humblest apology.
Roll me a persuasion check, please. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you get a D4.
Oh, damn.
I don't think you need the plus. Or sorry, +7 now. God
So
damn it.
30, 33.
Good lord. Y'all have a
I'll leave the +8, but I'll be scared that I did that, but I'll leave it.
y'all have a really good bard. Oh my goodness. The queen will slowly linger her gaze back at Xerxes. It's like, explain this artifact that is in my kingdom and how it can be the destruction of the world, including my city. You see Amara just like look over with a glare at Illis.
Xerxes.
And you see her look over and she's like, I see. And she looks over, one of the, well, Lucien actually is the one that grabs the papers and brings it to her. And then steps back. And, and this item was the one that blurted out. Truly is this powerful that is in my city currently.
Its powers are mostly rumor, Your Majesty. But even if a fraction.
And at this point, you see Amara actually like looks over and says, well, of course it's important if Rarvis is going after the fucking thing. And she says, we're here in order to find it. I thought you might already know, since I heard that someone had sent guards after Rarvis. And you see Lucien, it's like, apparently we did. We tracked him, but unfortunately, it seems he had greater help and was able to bypass the borders of Hexa Landing. He is outside the territory of the city and will no longer can chase further unless, it says, we're able to somehow gain greater distance with the use of the mist. But only the mist or the queen, he looks up, can help with that. And Queen raises an eyebrow at this and says, and you see, there we go, paste her in there. Finally, there was Amara. Amara just kind of walks up and says, well, actually, that's what she was going to say. Anyway, she says, oh, really, you lost Rarvis. It seems that the only competent people here don't actually know what the fuck they're doing if they lost him. Should have known better. And like Lucien really turns, snaps his face over at Amara. And then the queen looks over at her and says, who is this person? Lucien is looks at the rest of the group, kind of plainly, and then, this would be Amara. You may know her better as the Queen Killer. And then at that point, you see the interest of Caladora look over to Amara. And then she looks over at Xerxes. You brought the Queen Killer to have audience with me.
Xerxes is... I made that... I do.
You see Amara look at Xerxes and says, I don't fucking speak for anyone. I will speak for Elith. But I am here in order to fucking save the fucking world because nobody's intelligent enough to understand what Asnam is doing. And apparently I seem to be the only one who actually can track him and understand where the ley lines are. And then she looks over at the Queen. Do you understand where the ley lines are, Queen? Do you understand what is happening with the rest of the world, or are you hiding in your little tiny mists here? With your tails tucked between your legs? Do you understand who Anam is? And, but, she's going to keep on going, but unless somebody does anything, she's going to take one step forward. As she takes one step forward, this guy is going to take, the biggest guy in the room takes one step forward.
Once again, hand on the shoulder, but a little more firmly, and he's going to kind of coax her back a step.
Roll me a persuasion.
Oh no! Oh, I was. All right. Damn it, Amara.
Can I do an
You know
8 another?
I think I'm gonna add a 7 to that, so it's gonna be a 22.
I will attempt the help action, please.
Okay.
Actually, better. Can someone with a better persuasion? Xerxes, can you do a help action? Something. Somebody.
You know, an
situation right now would be fantastic. I cast guidance. I cast guidance to give you a 1d4.
Well, I mean, they're gonna watch me do this, but sure, I will string a few chords on my lute and get bardic inspiration.
I don't think we should do that. I think we should just stick with the 22.
I think the 22 will be okay.
Are you sticking with the 22?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? You know what? I changed my mind.
Oh, well, it's up to y'all.
I'll stick with
22? Okay. So she looks over and raises an eyebrow and it's like looks over at Naboo. Yelith, what the fuck are you talking about? We have some serious fucking issues right now. And the main thing is to find this artifact. You don't see Naboo over there giving a fuck.
You just look at me, I'm just being jerky. And
she looks at everybody. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with everybody? Everybody's following some sort of etiquette and rules and trying to be whatever this fake faces are. This is why I don't like royalty. This is why we and my sister are always arguing. Look, Queen, I don't mean no disrespect, but I don't know who the fuck you are, but we need to save the world. You're fucking around with a nom. Like the Queen is like, just keeps listening. And this guy kind of just moves as Vamara moves. And like, I don't even know who the fuck this lizard is, but he's a Zorian of sorts. And from what I can tell, at least from Illis, is that at least they're smart enough to understand that you usually go after the important things. And just every time that we waste any seconds trying to find this artifact and waste them on this etiquette, there's more time that a nom moves forward. I know the nodes. I know that we only have a few more months left before he becomes whatever this creature he's trying to become, or he becomes the destroyer of the world again. Surely you know the history of it. And you'll see the
I don't even know what to do, guys.
yeah, so depending on what, if anybody,
I hope you guys know that.
depending if anybody is gonna do anything, kind of decides which direction things go. So
is Illith the one gonna say something, or is somebody else gonna step up?
I will say Xerxes stuff.
Fuck you. She did it for anybody.
I will say Xerxes is getting through, but unfortunately he's getting through the wrong way for Amara, not the Queen. He's gaining points with the Queen.
Illith is gonna step in front of Amara. While she is correct that this is the most urgent of matters and it does need to be addressed, there are still things we must discuss. As her tail is gonna rest on Amara's chest and kind of nudge her back just a little bit. It will get done, Amara. I promise you. But she is still the queen.
Thorag will also try to mention, it's like, don't need more enemies, particularly right now. There's a key threat, and just showing any kind of perceived disrespect can cause us to lose aid that we could get to taking out our enemies.
I have
Siri, go back in the chair. Go back in the chair.
I have no idea if this is going to help, but playing immediately off of what Thorag just said.
Amara, whatever information you believe you bring to the table is of great importance, but you have to
He's going to try and cast Charm Person.
Oh my God.
But I don't know what else.
Yeah, no worries.
No, I need all the help I can get to try and persuade this thing. Everything I've seen about this woman says I'm screwed.
Wait. Can you to cast Charm Person? What's the ingredient or not ingredients? Components?
I I just did them both, verbal and somatic. I spoke with her and I wave my hands around when I speak, so I can disguise this one really easily.
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do, because this is very important. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have you roll an actual sleight of hand. And first of all, we'll see how much that is.
Can Illith address the queen while this is happening?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, my friend. Hasn't had much experience in court and has the most rough exterior I think I've ever met in a person. She has
I don't suppose this distraction gives me any benefit, does it?
Guys, I now have a +0 to charisma. My riz has been taken away.
It depends on who was looking at Xerxes. So Illis, you were, I guess, the only one that was looking to counter the spell. So
I don't have counterspell. I only have the spell magic.
Oh, okay.
Does Zool have counterspell?
Zool does have counterspell.
Okay, so I guess it depends on. I'll give you a little bit of I'll give you a little bit of no, yeah, actually, because Zool would be in the back. So no, unfortunately, no advantage on it. So whatever your roll is would, because Zool usually stay in the stands in the back. He'd probably be paying attention compared to Illis. But Illis, you can also roll.
As if the universe just said "funk you." Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh, actually, that's good technically, because that means that Zool would be able to pick on you about to cast a spell. So that would be up to Zool, and Zool's not here, so shoot. I guess that becomes the group's vote if he's gonna see that and try to counter or not. If he does have counter.
Well, can Zool figure out the intended target of the Mara?
I would figure, since Xerxes is talking.
100% Zool would try to stop whatever that is. And Zool has expressed himself that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's a sim for Amara, and he doesn't trust Xerxes yet.
Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and if it's 2014, I think you have to roll whatever the spell level is.
What level spell?
Yeah.
What level spell is it?
Yeah, because if it's 4 and under, I think it's just automatically.
I didn't even think it was gonna work. So it's a level 1 spell that I was casting at level 1.
Well, it's automatically counter spell.
Well, it just depends if they counter it, because if it depending if it works or not, it's going to be if it's countered or not. Because
no, it works if it's anything under its spell level, it's automatically counter spell.
Anything under 3rd level is automatic.
Yeah, well, anything under the spell you cast counterspell at.
Yeah. No. I meant like if he does counter, if he is going to counter it, and then if it's countered, it's countered. But I was just going to say if he didn't and it went through, then Amara would have to roll her thing.
You're all scaring me, and all I want to know is, do I get to roll a persuasion check after whatever they're talking about to see if I affected her at all?
Yeah.
I want you to know that.
I mean, with my conversation, not with the spell that's.
Yeah. No. Yeah, for sure.
The whole party said, "Oh no."
I got that, but it doesn't mean anything to me.
I know.
But yeah, no, Zool.
For a while.
Okay, that's a
Zool
32 for my attempt to persuade her, but I've been countered, so.
Yeah. Zool's carrying spelling.
Okay. So with the 32 persuasion, you notice that your spell doesn't go through, but she looks at you and kind of like breathes hard, clenches her teeth. Fuck, everyone is just... All right, fine. Have your little conversations. I'll be waiting over here when we get to the actual truth of the matter. And goes over here to the sofa. And now you, Illith, depending on what the queen is doing... you can roll me a persuasion. Actually, I gotta see what you roll before she. I'll say she moves about right here before we see what the queen does. she roll a 1?
Yes. I got a 1.
Oh my god.
Thorax said he was helping you, so you have advantage.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Thorax said he,
Thank
Sure.
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
Thorax said he's been
Only
helping
up
you.
from here.
Oh my god.
You really had to take the bracelet away. You really had to take the bracelet away at this moment, really. This is crazy.
Oh my god. That's funny. Holy Jesus. So
Thorax sees Illith like stammering and not able to get words out to step up and try himself. Oh, great. It's basic. My lady. Drawing on all of his etiquette he knows of the dwarven lands. It's probably not the been saying I will apologize for Lady Amara's favor. I will add the pitiful excuse. She is recovering from a loss of limb being regenerated. So she is agitated for more than one reason, I am afraid. However, the issue is still dire as we do have the threat of it's Anam, and then is it 2 vampires or the vampire and the lich? I'm trying to remember all of
well,
our
Anam is the lich, the main
Anam's
guy.
the lich.
And then you have Raphael and Rarvas, the 2 vampires.
Yes.
And the
Message of this is a serious threat, and a very immediate threat.
I'm going to say, I'll go ahead and give you advantage on that since you already rolled that one and see what the next roll is.
Oh, I just don't want that.
Oh,
Like I said,
God.
you don't want that.
14 and under. Okay. So the queen.
I have a +0. What do you want from me?
No, it's good. It's good. It's the way the dice gods go. So with that, the queen will actually look over and start thinning her eyes toward Amara. And then you see her, like, as her eyes seem to be actually looking at things around Amara, as if there's things that she's picking up on. I assume nobody else has like true vision or anything, right? I don't think anybody else has true vision. Yeah, because I think I've asked that before. But anyway, she stands up for a little while and she takes a couple of steps down as this guy kind of walks next to her, and walks over to Xerxes and Thorag. He's looking at the rest of the group. You see Ziri kind of just like nodding as Thorag was talking, like like trying to remain calm, but she kind of also understands the situation, and she'll look over at Xerxes. Your friend needs to learn etiquette. She is very rude and crude within my domain, from which I have extended a welcome and have been nothing but courteous to everyone. And Lucien is like steps to her other side and says, well, he doesn't say anything, he just steps there, and she says, I extend my welcome to you, Xerxes, and we shall have private conversation. And she looks over at the rest and says, as far as the rest, I must think on it. And for now, she takes one more linger at Armara. We're going to pause right there.
Oh my god.
We've done this before. She does it every time.
So you guys knew
You've never
her
been
title.
in front of a queen.
You guys knew her title was Queen Killer, and you thought bringing her here was a good idea.
On that note,
I didn't do
I'm
that.
going to say thank
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. That's a yes. That's a yes.
thank you, everybody else, for the future watchers. We shall see what happens next Tuesday with this interesting,
Our last session.
extra interesting combination of a queen and Amara. But thank you for watching, and future watchers, we shall see you next Tuesday. Goodbye.